We went to Oklahoma on vacation because that's where all my relatives are.
That's where she used to be.
I grew up there.
But then she became a traveling healthcare worker and lived in other places.
Ended up here, in fact, in South Carolina. But we went back there for our annual visit. And we went to a couple of museums, and we got 2 coffees at one of the museums.
Okay, so the photos are from the Oklahoma Historical Society, which has a very interesting building. And then the coffees are both from the First Americans Museum, which has an even more interesting building. And they're building a water park next to it, I think. It was basically just a circle, and then they had what looked like a headlight from the road, and we got to stand in the headlight.
You know, headlights have all those dimply things, and then the sun comes in where they do their events. Yeah. So we picked up some coffee there. We'll just show you one, and we'll taste the other one. This one
is the chocolate one. We tried it. It tasted like chocolate.
Yep.
And then this is the one we're tasting today, which is the First American blend from Quapaw Coffee, which we got these both in the gift shop of the First Americans Museum.
All of the flavors of this smelled really good. This one is medium from Central America and El Salvador, and it is celebrating the Quapaw people. It's called Quapaw Coffee. And what does that say on flavors?
Milk chocolate, caramel, and stone fruit. I got the medium because that was the one I could pronounce easily. Now if I can open this.
The Historical Society Museum was really cool. They had all the dresses of the first ladies from their inaugural balls because the governors would be inaugurated every few years. And those were so pretty. I feel like you could tell something about a lady by looking at what style of dress she chooses. So we'll run some of those pictures. They had a section where they had sets, dioramas, basically full-size things, where they had a kitchen from a certain time period. I
think it was the 50s, the pink kitchen.
The pink kitchen was from the 50s, but they had all the way back from the 1880s, and they just had a lot of stuff about the history of Oklahoma, and that museum was really interesting, and I think Emma learned a lot, right?
Yeah, they had an entire thing on the musical of Oklahoma, you know.
Oh.
Rodgers and Hammerstein. They had costumes and set pieces and interviews on there because, you know, isn't one of the songs from Oklahoma the state?
Mm-hmm. They changed the state song to Oklahoma. It actually caused a lot of grief for the people who liked the other song.
They had they had one on Native Americans in the Civil War because an Oklahoma History Museum, even if it isn't specifically about Native Americans, is going to feature Native Americans. And this one had an index of different languages of Native American peoples, and there was one that caught my eye that was called Salagi. It's the Cherokee language, and it's it looks like someone took the words of the alphabet and turned them into incredibly intricate calligraphy.
So that language did not have anything written.
I actually took a picture of the whole explanation. But
yeah. So he took their sounds and made essentially letters to go with those sounds because English wasn't suitable the way it's written. And that's how they write their language now.
And Apple actually has something you can download on iPhones now where you can have a Salagi keyboard, which was on there. But what was really interesting to me was they had WASP uniforms and Women's Army Corps uniforms, and they had a Huey simulator.
What's a Huey?
It's a helicopter that they flew in the war.
I remember you sitting in that.
Yeah.
And they had an entire boat section where you could go up some stairs and look around, like in a stateroom.
Mm-hmm. And they had one on cars, and then one on astronauts.
First American Museum, we also toured that.
Yeah. They had a lot of artwork by different Native Americans. They had like a whole pop culture wall.
And they had a lot of rocks. When you first go in, there's a movie that they show explaining the origins of the Earth according to the various tribal traditions, and you sit on these rocks. And that was
She-
just so comfortable.
She wanted the rocks.
I like the rocks. Now I want to sit on rocks.
They had like a timeline of the different things that happened to Native Americans. The Trail of Tears, I think they had like a whole section on that.
Oh, much on that, yes. And we bought coffee.
They also had a lot of jewelry in the gift shop.
Very pretty. And it must have been good jewelry because the prices were way up there.
Lots of turquoise, engraved silver.
Beautiful stuff. But above my price range.
Turquoise is very common in.
Yeah, any
Oklahoma
museum in
jewelry.
Oklahoma is going to have turquoise and copper.
Also, I think they had rose rocks.
Yes, they had rose rocks. Now, we did buy some rose rocks at another museum. What was that called? The Round Barn,
The round barn.
which is in Arcadia, Oklahoma.
They shaped the wood and
Yeah, you get the wood
everything.
wet. It's kind of like giving it a perm. You get the wood wet, bend it into the shape you want, and then let it dry. And then it's reformed into that shape.
we also visited Pops, which is a soda store that has just about every flavor of soda imaginable. I got cherry limeade. My cousin got maple bacon, which wasn't actually.
Maple bacon soda.
It wasn't actually bad. Apparently, Libby and Ellie got it for her to like make her drink it as a dare, but then she liked it.
They have a place, what is that called? Inspirations.
Yeah, inspirations.
And it was like a Cracker Barrel, except all the things you can buy are tea related.
I went to Arctic Edge, which is an ice skating rink. I ice skated for the first time. Never ice skated before in my life, but I have been roller skating for the past almost 4 years. I only fell once.
All right, so here you go. This is the coffee, medium roast. Nice and chocolatey smelling. You like the taste?
This isn't actually too bad, just
Oh,
black.
wow.
It has almost like a rice smell to it.
It is metallic. You get a metallic scent, so
Yeah.
that's the tartness, the acidity. Because it said it had notes of fruit and chocolate.
Sort of like when you bite your tongue or bite your lip or
Iron.
just the
Tangy.
not the taste of blood, but just a slight tang.
It
Maybe
is-
vampires would like it.
It is tangy. I think I'm getting used to coffee. This is not offensive to drink black, and black coffee was offensive once, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good.
Okay,
Although I would
orangey.
like to.
Is it
Yeah,
supposed to be orangey?
citrus, wilt stone fruit.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting orangey. Let's.
Are you getting any caramel? Because you were supposed
Caramel?
to get chocolate, caramel, and stone fruit.
Not so much the caramel.
I get no caramel, but we'll
Orange
try.
is sweeter than stone fruit, so I'm interpreting sweet as caramel as sweet. Emma now enjoys frothing. Is this still half and half, or is this cream?
This is half, half, and half.
This is half, half, half.
Half, half, and half heavy whipping cream.
Say that 3 times fast. Half, and half, and heavy whipping cream.
Half, half, and half, and heavy whipping cream. Half, half, and half, and heavy whipping cream. Half, half, and half, and heavy whipping cream.
Don't ever give Emma a dare unless you want her to do it. Yeah, tart. Rinsing the froth so it won't stay in the tablecloth. And getting the juice off. Okay. So this one is not bad black. It's probably an evolution of our taste, but it smelled good too in the package.
You want more or less than that?
No, that'll do. And with our half, and half, and
Heavy whipping cream. Now I get the caramel.
Yeah, we'll be able to drink this one.
This is entirely inoffensive,
Yes.
and I kind of like it.
You heard that. She likes it. I think I would add a pinch of salt, and then I would be very happy to drink this.
Also, while in Oklahoma, I went to a sports bar.
For a meal. What was that called? Eddie's?
Something like that. They had a very large pizza. Katie and I shared a pizza. She has the other half of my half of the pizza.
along with her half and heavy whipping cream.
But it was very large.
Very large. So, did we have a good trip? And should they find this coffee next time they go to the museum?
It might be on Amazon. I'm not really sure.
It might just be at this Native American museum in Oklahoma. So, if you happen to drop by Oklahoma City, you can go to their gift shop.
Also, you can go
Buy their
to
coffee.
a bunch of different bookstores. Oh, I almost forgot. We went to a bookstore in Oklahoma, and we got to go on book ladders.
Yes, and I think we have a picture of that.
Yes, we have a picture of me on a library ladder. Also, there we got a gift for one of my cousins, which was a Mr. Darcy quote on a tea towel.
And what's really weird and sets my teeth on edge is that the next email I got from Amazon had a tea towel with that quote on it. So somehow my debit card is talking to Amazon, or my phone is.
Your phone.
Whoever
said-
is surveying me in this way, don't do that.
Well, why don't we link it so they can buy their own Mr. Darcy tea towel?
We'll see if we can find it for you. All right, and until we see you again,
Make sure to make time for tea and a good book.